Unsealed court documents show Obama FBI officials deliberately tried to entrap General Michael Flynn. The agents wrote that they may try to get Flynn to either admit to colluding with Russia or to lie to the FBI so he could be prosecuted.
One handwritten note by an unnamed FBI official says, quoting here, "What is our goal? Truth, admission, or to get him to lie so we can prosecute him or get him fired?" The documents go on to say the goal was to get Flynn, quote, to admit to breaking the Logan Act. That's a law almost never used that bans U.S. citizens from negotiating with foreign countries.
And get this, in an email, Peter Strzok and his FBI lover, Lisa Page, they discussed how to casually slip in an admonition about lying under oath in order to set a stronger perjury trap. These agents were preparing for an interview that ultimately did take place on January the 24th, 2017, day 4 of the Trump administration. Truth be told, it was an ambush. It was a legal abuse of power, corrupt ambush.
The FBI was engaged in a conversation about how they could trick General Flynn into lying. This was never designed, at least from these notes, to have been an honest interview. It was designed to try to entrap him. And that's why you see Sidney Powell, the general's lawyer, using terms like framing and entrapment.
This is just one of the most corrupt things I've ever seen in my life, and one of the scariest. I mean, why wouldn't the Attorney General tonight grab the guy who did this and have charges filed against him? I mean, how is this not a crime?
If you're going to prosecute somebody like a Michael Flynn, you better have that case locked up.
There ought to be some people that have mistreated Flynn ought to be properly prosecuted. I don't care so much about the prosecution, but the injustice that has been done to Flynn ought to be made public, and everybody that was a part of it ought to either be prosecuted or, short of prosecution, we ought to let the people know of how ill-treated this lieutenant general was.
Remember Comey bragging about taking advantage of General Flynn? He's bragging about it. I'd never do this in any other administration. I'd never get away with it. I took advantage of the chaos. Take a look.
You look at this White House now, and it's hard to imagine 2 FBI agents ending up in the sit room. How did that happen?
I sent them. Something I probably wouldn't have done or maybe gotten away with in a more organized investigation, a more organized administration. In the George W. Bush administration, for example, or the Obama administration, the protocol, 2 men that all of us have perhaps increased appreciation for over the last 2 years. And in both of those administrations, there was process. And I thought it's early enough, let's just send a couple guys over.